Yo soy nacida de la espina de un nopal, de una águila y serpiente y de botella de mezcal. Yo soy nacida de la firma de Guadalupe Hidalgo, de la tinta fluyendo sobre el árbol sacrificado para el otro lado. Yo soy nacida de dichos y decisiones, de vuelta de moneda hacia el cielo nublado. Yo soy nacida de juventud destrozada y enterrada. De Tin Marín, de Dos Pigüe, Cucaramacatitre fue y yo no fui, fue Tete, pégale, pégale, pégale a los que fueron en 1849, a rasguñar a la piel de mi madre, a devorar sus tesoros brillantes que antes fueron ofrendas para los dioses gigantes. Pégale, pégale, pégale a esos San Francisco 49ers, aquellos glotones que se volvieron gold miners. Y por supuesto que tu pala tiene más derechos que un humano. La manera que mueves el lado de la tierra café y oscura en busca de algo más puro, montañas y montañas ya bien establecidas no tienen lugar en aquel manifest destiny. The best of me wants to believe that that was the end of the move out west. Yet the rest of the city, its gritty desire to acquire the hips of real estate cannot be satisfied. The Aztec gold that runs through the veins of Pilsen glistened underneath the snow-covered streets, while my feet left crystal formations behind every step and my breath was excavated from the depths of my soul. I recall on that particular night, as I walked down the caverns of 21st between minimum-wage stalagmites and sleep-deprived stalactites, jutting through the frigid air, my journey was brought to an earth-shattering pause, the cause of which was lost to me in a momentary state of confusion, as a blazing heat sequestered my left arm, and amidst the alarm of a car's siren song, feathers erupted from within. I glanced up in shock and frozen in place, heard more fragments of metal ricochet through the otherwise silent noche. In retrospect, I should have instinctively retreated to the safety of underground, yet the apparitions of these semi-precious gemstone families held me tight against my will, held me still, and held me fast, till at last the silence of night had subsided, and the two shooters ran into the darkness of night. Goddess Latecutli speaks not the secular language of turf wars among Ambrose versus Latin kings versus Satan's disciples versus the whole of Chicago, for when you reach such depths of excavation, the heat of the inferno is far too unbearable for any human to endure, where gold is denser than rock, and the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, and I should not have assumed that the solitary incident initially instigated and indifferent to interrupted instances of daily life would not be retaliated 2 blocks from my own apartment. Disheartened, I came to find out that 2 weeks after my own encounter, a 25-year-old woman who had moved to Chicago from my hometown in San Diego only a year and a half prior sat in her car and spoke on the phone with her father on February 5th, 2016, the crime scene a blur of red and blue lights after Aaron O'Connor's last dying words of, "My head hurts, my head hurts," were whispered to her father, whose unspoken words of, "I love you," echo eternally in the crevices etched in his heart, an innocent victim torn apart in the crossfires of "This land is your land, this land is my land," from the crimson gold spilled to the "Do not cross" tape. And I cannot negate the fact that after the metal barely grazed my own skin, I held my tongue and hung up after I had contacted the police, resigned to keep my own piece of what I had seen, determined to move past the shock of the night, not having the foresight to prevent Aaron's fate. Presumably the same balistas who dug her grave, the California state patch on my coat acts as a permanently punctured abyss, a constant reminder of could have, should have, would have, one fewer life lost. With lightning-fast execution speed at the cost of greed, vengeance, and a history of infractions, I am born of the espina of a cactus, simultaneously a thorn for protection and a spine for connection. I am born of an acquisition of land, without which mi gente would not have been forced to migrate, without which we would not have been unintentionally forced to glow. Yo soy nacida de gold y de sangre, de padres enterrando sus hijas, de cabezas inclinadas durante las misas, recordando las tragedias de un país corruptado. Yo soy nacida de gold y de sangre, supuestamente de un país de oportunidad y prosperidad, definitivamente de familias unidas a pesar de adversidad. I am born of Latinidad.